Okay, Sabo, is this what we're really doing?
Check. Whoa. Yeah. What it do, people? Y'all are tuned in to another episode of Produced by Sabo World, and this is your host, Sabo World. And I want to let y'all know, man, we got a very, very, very special guest in the building today. Before we get into this episode, I'm finna do a quick shout out to the sponsors. Hey, so check it real quick. We just want to take a minute of time to give a huge shout out to our sponsors for ensuring that this podcast is comfortably and correctly recorded and edited, as well as properly distributed so that we can provide an enjoyable listening experience for our listeners. So our first shout out goes to Georgia State University, located in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Secondly, we want to give a huge shout out to Creative Media Industries Institute, also known as the CMII building, also located on Georgia State campus in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. The Creative Media Industries Institute builds connections between creative students and the entertainment and information industries. Its focus is on advanced technology workforce training, building a national model for media, entrepreneurship, and collaborating with media and arts industry partners. This is where creativity happens, and this is where our home studio is located at. And last but not least, we want to send a huge shout out to Lump Made Publishing, LLC, for being one of our distributors and making sure that this podcast is available for your listening ears, no matter what platform you decide to use. And now, let's get back to the show. All right, so like I said, everybody, we got a very, very, very special guest, man. Very, very close, near and dear person to my heart, man. I really got my start with music, making a lot of music in this person's apartment, in his bedroom. A lot of crazy sessions, early morning, late night sessions, dozens of artists in the studio at once, hundreds of artists in the studio, over the days, the weeks. Just a lot of music got made, man. But he's a traveling Bama native that's been built and grown for the moment. Audio engineer, rapper, singer, husband, soon-to-be father, social media influencer, coach, college graduate, former college athlete, 8 years in, 2,000 songs later, finally has made his way to Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to some and introduce to others, Cwilltooill. What it do, my brother? What's going on, man?
I can't call it, man. It's great, man. I'm glad you did this shit, man.
For sure.
I appreciate you inviting me on
For sure, man. So I got to keep everything 1,000 with the people that's listening. Cause I'm new to this shit, so I don't know the right and the wrong way to do this shit. So I'm just keeping it 1,000. We are over here in a very private location. Cwilltooill has allowed me to come over to his crib to do this podcast today. So this is very special for everybody that's listening. And I want to say, starting off, welcome to the show.
Hey,
I also want to say welcome back to Georgia.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I want to say welcome to Atlanta. I know you've been here for a while now, a few months, if nothing more. But I want to say welcome, because this is a whole new place. I know you've been a lot of places, you've been a lot of different cities, but Atlanta is definitely a dope place. I know for you, it's gonna bring a lot of success, not just with the music world, but just in your personal life as well.
Right.
So getting started, man, I just want to ask a couple questions, man. So for the people who might not be familiar with Cwilltooill, man, just give us a little a backside of who Cwilltooill is.
All right, man. I think you summed it up a bunch in the intro, but man, I'm 26. I'm a husband, soon to be father, and I've been around music, to watching people record since I was 5 years old.
Nah,
You
for
know
real.
what I'm saying? I'm a former athlete, so that competitiveness
Yeah.
will always follow me. You know what I mean? Whether
Yeah.
no matter what I'm doing,
Yeah.
music,
Respect.
life, competition in general, and I think that's what I bring to music. I feel like I got a fresh sound.
Yeah.
When I first started off, I sounded like J. Cole.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I think that happens when you use a bunch of tight beats.
Yeah.
You just kind of try to find your voice. So that was when I really started trying to find my voice. That was maybe 2014, 2015, and finally 2016, 2017 around. You goddamn popped up around 2016, around 2017,
What a time to be
2017,
alive,
2018.
too, bro.
And I think everything from there just
time to be
kind of made
alive.
me who I am today. Being in there, like you said, with 12 people in there, everybody trying to put down a verse, everybody trying to jump on the same beat, teammates walking in and out, judging. They ain't even rapping, but people like, bro,
Got
y'all
something to
sound
say.
trash.
Yeah,
Bro. Like,
yeah.
or y'all boys sound good. Who is that?
That shit made a monster, though.
For real,
It made a beast
for
in the
real.
game, bro, because you are a beast in this game, for real, for real.
I appreciate that.
Nah, and I mean that. So I got a question for you, though.
Okay.
I got a question for you. Because since then, that was late 2017, 2018 when we got the linking up.
Yeah.
And I know since then you've made a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
And not only have you made a lot of music, but you've released a lot of music too.
Right.
I know getting to this point that you're at now, the status of an artist that you are now, I've noticed that you've removed certain projects
Right.
from some of the DSPs, and I just want to know why is that? What brought you to that?
All this happened recently, right? I woke up one morning after some things happened, in my life with people that I had around me. I said, man, why do I feel like this? And I said, man, I feel like the way I feel, draggy. I feel tied to things I don't want to be tied to, or tied to people I don't want to be tied to. So I said, you know what? What can I do? I went to I had 109 songs on Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff, on all the DSPs, right? Had 109 songs. I think I broke down to about 56 now. The reason I did that, man, was because I wanted a fresh start. I felt like some of those songs were no longer me. Some of those songs I didn't even do a good rollout to.
Yeah.
I just dropped just to drop, and I literally dropped it like as in you drop it and you leave it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like that doesn't represent what I stand for as an artist. And anything that had me tied to people that I no longer wanted to be associated with, I deleted. Period. Because I can make more songs.
For sure.
I make so much music that I don't need to be tied to anything or anybody I don't want to be tied to. And I just think people, should do that more often. Be like, man, I don't care about no money. I don't care about that situation. If it ain't good for me, I'm gonna keep it moving forward.
Nah, for sure, and I can respect that. I fully understand that, and I respect that decision, because I believe that I'm a person that can relate to that type of thinking as well. But moving forward, I pay attention to a lot, and like I was just telling you, off air, I pay attention to a lot of the things that you do, that you say. One, because you inspire me. You motivate me. That competitive nature about yourself is one of the things that influences me as an artist too. It drives me to want to push to be better on a daily basis. And I noticed you encouraged artists to drop more music, release more music this year. And I noticed you dropped a project called We Tumpka Baby.
Yeah.
We Tumpka Baby. So let's talk about We Tumpka Baby, because that might not be something everybody is familiar with. What is We Tumpka? What's a We Tumpka Baby? Who's the We Tumpka Baby? People might have questions. So let's dive into We Tumpka Baby, man. How did you get the name for that project?
Okay, so I'm from Wetumpka, Alabama.
For sure.
Right, I'm from Wetumpka, Alabama. Man, you've been there one
Nah,
time.
for sure, yeah, I
It's
love
real.
that,
It's real
man.
smooth. It's country. But I wanted it to be named after my city, because I feel like where you from influenced you the most.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't want people to get it misconstrued when they hear I'm from Alabama. I don't want them to say I'm from Mobile, like I'm Young Blue or nothing like that. I don't want them to say I'm from Birmingham. I ain't Gucci Mane. I ain't from Montgomery, even though it's right around the corner, 15 minutes away. I ain't from Montgomery. I ain't Dope B. I ain't DA. I ain't Rubber Band OG.
Yeah.
Right, I'm Cwilltooill. I'm from Wetumpka, Alabama.
Alabama,
And I'm a
okay.
Wetumpka baby. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I was born there. I wasn't born in Wetumpka. I was born in Tennessee. But
For real?
yeah, I was born in Tennessee, but I moved to Wetumpka when I was less than a year old.
Okay.
So I'm a Wetumpka baby.
You know, that's pretty cool though, bro, because I was actually born in Ohio. I was born in Dayton, Ohio, but
wow.
I lived in Georgia my whole life.
Wow, that's dope.
And I say that's cool because I think that just goes to show another element of why you might be so artistic
right.
in the catalog of music, because Tennessee is another hub for music.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I don't, there may be some type of connection with that as well.
Hey, man, and where I'm from ain't maybe like an hour away from Memphis.
For real?
Yeah, it's an hour.
Damn, that's not far at all.
Right.
So I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at the project Cwilltooill Baby on Apple Music today. Just seeing what songs people are really feeling, which ones have the stars by them. And some of the ones I noticed that people are really rocking to, Feeling Good Today. To no surprise to me, Highway to Heaven, also the self-titled Cwilltooill Baby track has a star by it. And Like Water as well, man. Now I gotta ask, I see the people are really rocking to these songs. Are there any songs that were not just mentioned that are your favorites
On the project?
Yeah.
Man, I love the whole project. I'm thinking, what other one, man? I love Time Heals Everything. I can't even think of the own name of my song off the top of my head. What is it?
I got you. Hold on, I got you. But that song actually does.
They say time heals everything.
everything. Yeah, here we go.
I make too much music, man. I can't. A Heart's a Handful.
Hey, it be
Heart's
like
a
that.
Handful, man. That's one of my favorite songs because when I made the song, I feel like I was trying to speak from a different point of view, right? And people love to say time heals everything, but the truth is, man, that shit do not heal most things.
Yeah.
To be truthful, it's about the work you do over time to get to a better place.
Gotcha.
So time don't just do it.
Gotcha.
You can't just sit on your ass. Shit gonna happen. That's a big misconstrue.
Free game alert.
For real, man. I like I'm a God fearing man.
Yeah.
You dig? But the people who think that they can just sit there and not put no work in, not wake up early and try to go hustle and get some money or do something to make themselves better, think that they can just wake up and maybe pray and just kind of sit there and be unproductive 4 out of 7 days a week, don't work out, man.
Yeah.
Don't work out. A lot of those people stay in the same loop.
Yeah.
Just stay there for a long time, man,
Going
until they
in
realize
circles.
I got to do something. I got to do something different.
Yeah. Nah, you're exactly right about that, man. You're exactly right about that. So I gotta give these folks an exclusive, right? Because I happen to be a part of the process for the video, which was definitely a fun experience, I must say. But let's give the people a little exclusive information, man. I know Like Water, you shot the video for that.
Yep.
Do you have a release date for the video yet?
We do not have a release date, but it is going to release before my next project.
Okay, so let's check this out, listeners. By the time y'all are listening to this interview,
It will be out.
The video will be out, and we're gonna make sure you have every link, whatever you need to get towards that. So just know, Like Water, the official video, the official music video. Who was the video shot by?
De Niro the Shooter. My cuz, Real Blood. You did hear we Tonka Baby too.
Real we Tonka shit going on right now, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay on the lookout for that video. And let's dive into the video. Let's dive into the music video real quick because I haven't really been able to be a part of a lot of music videos when it comes to other artists. So one, I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of something so amazing, and I just want to know, like, what was your process, I guess, or how? Not, I guess we don't even have to speak specifically to Like Water, but what's your process when coming up with different ideas and concepts and being, you know, one of the creative directors for your own music videos?
Man, that's kind of something. I know music. I'm starting to understand how important music videos are to your brand. Yeah. Right. A bad music video can really hurt your brand. Music videos have always been important, but as of late, that's what it can almost get you noticed faster than a good song. Yeah. Just because people are able to relate to you. Nowadays, people want to see you. They want to see you. And and people have to like you in order to follow you and in order to say, oh, okay, I want to rock with this individual more. What else do they have? Do they have merch? Do they have a show coming? I'll go see them no matter where they are. You know what I mean? And so that was one of my main things as far as my new approach to Like Water and to this new music video. I love watching music videos. Like, I love good music videos. Yeah. I love stuff that I've never seen before. Yeah, exactly. Even if it's something that, and what I mean by that, I don't mean like aliens and darkness and nothing like that. I mean like something that we do every day when you can put it on the screen and make it look like, oh man, I want to be there. Yeah, okay. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like not many people can make a card game look cool. Yeah. But can you do that? Can you make playing pool look cool? Can you make getting baptized look cool? Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? And so and to make it intriguing as well. Like what can we do? You know, besides all the visual effects to make people to pull people in. And so me being the creative director behind this, I've wanted to elevate my music video game. And I've also wanted people to come to my page and see my videos and say, bro, I want to watch all of his music videos. Because there are a few people that I feel like that about, and I won't stop until people feel like that about me.
Now that's very interesting to hear. You know, having been an engineer, working with a lot of different artists for myself, just hearing insight and just how artists go about doing things. You know, some artists are more so along the lines where they just, you know, it's always running gun. And I'm one of those artists, I'm running gun too, I'm not going to lie. But they hear an artist actually take the time to really think about what can I do to grab the people's attention? How can I get these people's eyes glued to my page and keep them, you know, hungry for what I have to offer, man? That's pretty interesting to hear.
It's all about content now. Like, how much content can I put out to the point where people are saying, I know if I go to this person's page, it's something new to entertain me. Yeah. You have to entertain people. Gotcha. It's not enough for that. That's why I said something earlier this year about dropping so much music. Because the truth is, man, I've sat in a school setting as a grown person around little kids, and that have looked at me and said, hey, when you dropping music again? I just dropped 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's old now. I listen to that like 12 times. They like, I listen to that like 12 times. I want something new. Shit. I said, damn. Yeah. But then you look at their favorite artist, it's a little something from SoundCloud. Yeah. He got 500,000 followers, and he drop a new song every 3 days. Yeah. That's what they looking for. Yeah. And even if that one thing doesn't establish me as an artist, it can help me build a fan base. Mm-hmm. It can help me build a consistent fan base of people who are like, bro, y'all just don't know him yet, but this nigga cold. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's like how I came upon Larry June last year. You know what I'm saying? It's like he been out for years, but it took him grinding that long to make it to my page. Mm-hmm. And now that I have, I kind of went back into his catalog and was like, bro, he hard.
You diving into the rest of it, man. Right. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know this though, bro. because I hear you say, you wanted to get to that point of where people are on your page and look. I'm gonna tell you, bro. People watching, people tuned in, and people are fans. They're real supporters. That's just from my perspective of what I see. Watching your success from the sideline or the bleachers, wherever I'm sitting at on this journey, bro. I'm watching and I'm seeing how the people are interacting with you. I'm seeing, the different shows you're at and how much work you've put in since I've come across you back early 2017 to now, like seeing you build your following on Instagram, on YouTube, just seeing the numbers go up consistently, bro. Like, you doing it. You doing the damn thing.
Right. It's every day. It's every day, man. It's nonstop. Even when I wake up in the morning, I can do whatever, but I still music is on my mind. You did, like when I'm eating or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. Especially after I lost football. Once I got done playing ball, like it took me two or 3 weeks to kind of be like, man, what am I gonna do now? Even though I was still making music, I was consistently making music. Then I was like, but it's just something I want to take serious. And so when I finally made that decision in my head, I said, this is something I got to do every single day. It's just like working on, any type of agility drills on a daily basis, any type of lineman drills. You got to do them every day to become great at them. You got to you have to put in 10,000 hours. It's a real thing. Putting in 10,000 hours, you will see the difference in what you have going. And I can say I put in 10,000 hours, but I got so far to go, and I know that because every day I can feel myself getting better. Yeah. So if I'm consistently getting better, I ain't worked hard enough yet. Yeah.
Right? Respect. So, along with those 10,000 hours, man, I know you put in a lot of hours as of recent. You're releasing your second project for the year, correct? Yeah. Okay, so let's dive into that real quick, man. And the title of this project, correct me if I'm wrong, is This Is Where I Am Now.
Right now, yes, sir.
For sure. I like that title. I see you released the cover art to the public recently. A dope cover art as well. The cover art and the track listing both look they're out of this world, but it's so crazy because it was a moment from your real life. Yeah. So that's something I appreciate about you too. You incorporate a lot of real shit within your artistry, bro. So let's talk about This Is Where I Am Now. Where are you right now?
Man, I think the project is gonna speak for it the most. This is where I am now, but we spoke on it a lot in the intro as well. I'm 26, going on 27. I think I'm in a unique position. Yeah. The reason why is because I'm right there in the middle of those 20s. I can honestly say I'm not like struggling. Yeah. You did what I'm saying. I'm not struggling, but that's because of the foundation that was laid way before I even got here. Mm-hmm. And then for the foundation and the path that I've been able to follow. Right. So this is where I am now. Like I done lost some friends this year. I done lost family members. I done lost over the past couple years, especially if you throw in that gap year of 2020 and stuff, man. I lost a lot of people. You dig? I lost a homeboy to a fire last year who trying to get his granddaddy out. Wow. Died in the fire. He a year younger than me. My cousin passed away in her sleep early this year or late last year. She 5 years older than me. Like a lot of that type of stuff hit at home, especially knowing that, the same heart condition runs in our family. So time is like of the essence, for me. So that's why I didn't want to wait to get married. My mom told me something the other day. She said that my brother looked at her and was like, the one thing I like about, my little brother the most is the fact that when he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. He do it, yeah. And I've always been like that. If I want to move, let's move. Like if it's time to go and travel, let's go. If it's time to sit down and budget, let's do it. You know what I mean? Because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. Like what we got to talk about it for? Because I was reading this book and it said, you always have a choice. So if I say I'm gonna stop smoking, I don't have to say I'm gonna stop smoking after this next blunt. I can stop smoking right now.
Yeah. Now look, he just put me on the spot, people, because
I've been trying to stop smoking for so long.
Me too. That's why I said it. Me too. And I made the decision right there. But then I make another decision, a choice to smoke another one.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So, but the truth is, we do have choice.
Yeah. No, that's facts.
That's the truth.
That's big facts, though. That's big facts, though, man.
Everything that we do, we have choice. And so, just where I am now, I'm humble, bro. I've been able to buy my first home, sell my first home.
Yeah.
I got, just getting a little deep. We lost a kid early this year. We got another one on the way.
Wow.
Everything we lose, we get it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or everything that we relinquish, we get it back.
Yeah.
God say pray with expectancy. So when I sit down and pray in the morning or at night, in the middle of the day or any time, I really believe that the things that I'm asking for are gonna come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And some people may call that manifestation or whatever, but I don't even think it has to be that. I think it's just praying with expectancy. You did. You know, faith.
Pull that up my
yes,
pipe.
Sir.
You gotta
faith.
keep that, man.
For real.
You gotta have that faith, man.
I got the faith of a mustard seed.
That's all it takes, bro. That's literally all it takes, bro.
Right.
And it's like that's all it takes for real, bro.
For real. Man, you know how they say in literature, one is one, but two is a crowd.
Well, one or two together, that powerful, ain't it?
Powerful. You
Super
dig?
powerful.
Man, matter of fact, there's the line. There's a pride in Africa right now that have the longest running pride ever in the history of us tracking animals. Right? They've been running shit for 15 years in Africa.
They got the like videos of them on YouTube and shit.
On YouTube.
I probably done watched them, but I don't know the name of the pride.
I can't remember their name, but it's two brothers. They twins.
Mm-hmm.
Two twins. That should tell you right there. One of them is a little bit more reserved, but they always watch each other back. Mm-hmm. Right? So I think that's a clear indication that the longest reign ever, most prides don't have two leaders. They literally walk beside each other when they leading their pack.
Yeah.
That shit don't be seen like that.
Different.
That's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
That's powerful.
You dig? 15 years.
That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. I know we were just talking about faith, though, man. I want to ask you a question because one of my hopes with what I'm doing with this podcast is to, really shed some light on people that are starting a new venture, whether they're artists, engineers, beat makers, producers, songwriters, or whether they have they're entrepreneur, whatever their creative endeavor is in life, or even if they're just looking for some type of some inspiration or something, man. I just want to ask, with having faith on your journey within music, what's something that you do, or times where it looks like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You might be going through a hard time, a hard spot. Sometimes life can really beat us down. What do you do to keep your faith in those times?
What do I do to keep my faith, man? I cannot speak for years before, bro. As of late, these past few years, bro, it's been just thinking about the fact that I wake up every day and my wife is expecting something from me. Like, she's expecting something from me. I can't just sit on my ass. I can't be unproductive. She's expecting something from me, and that has taught me more how to expect something from myself in the day as well. And on top of that, I truly do feel like, me and my wife talk about this all the time, I feel like we both feel like we're the ambassador of our bloodline. And what I mean by that is we truly believe and know and have done things that nobody in our family has ever done or has ever followed through with.
Yeah.
But I really feel like I'm following through with this shit. Like, I don't watch my dad have a band, play every single weekend, sell tickets. I don't watch my brother, he recording from 13, 34 now.
Yeah.
do hella shows. But just to be transparent, I'm the one that's following through with this shit completely.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it for them based off of the foundation that they laid for me. And I seen them do like, oh, okay. I didn't fully understand what I was seeing, but it motivated me to do this.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful to hear. And I know for sure that everything you just said will resonate with somebody, bro. With some, you know what I'm saying? With somebody, bro. Man. So, to stay on the topic, I know I kind of veer off track here now and then, man. But to stay on with the project, this is where I am now. Tell me, who are some of your producers that you have on this project?
Okay, so I got one of my somebody I probably gonna work with for a long time, man. My guy, Run It Up Low, produced the first 2 tracks.
Okay.
The first track is QB1. The second track is Solace.
Okay.
QB1, I want to say he sent to me with a beat maybe like in July. I wrote it, recorded it in about a week, and then I turned around Solace. My second weekend in Atlanta, he pulled up on me here, right up top. He made the beat for me on the spot.
Wow.
I wrote down REALNIGGA, and it was over with. You know what I'm saying? I think I wrote my first like 20 bars while he was here in like an hour, from 45 minutes to an hour, and then he left. I wrote the rest of it, recorded it right then. I was holding the microphone when I was doing. I ain't have my pop filter, my new pop filter, nothing like that. Yeah, I was just thugging. You dig? And it sounded good though. It sounded clear. I enunciated well, and so I said, I'm gonna keep this tape because I feel the passion I put into it. And so Run It Up Low did that one. My third one is OK Peter. Okay. I don't know his real name. But his Instagram is OK Peter. I actually asked him today. I said, bro, how did you find me? Because you've been sending me emails for years, bro. I said, we didn't even follow each other on Instagram. I said, you didn't find me on Instagram. He said, man, I was working with this service and they were following people and finding artists that could match my sound, and they found your email and sent it to me.
Start sending them.
I said, okay, well, shit, okay. Then I asked him. I said, where you from? He said, I'm from Europe, bro. I'm from Serbia.
Oh shit, overseas tag. Okay,
you feel okay, Peter?
Hard.
You did,
yeah.
So he in Serbia. He said he in Serbia, man. So shout out to OK Peter. Then the third one was actually a concoction. That was me and. Just really just me and Logic. that was me, Logic, and some loops that I found. That I kind of just created over time, just like some gospel music, some stuff that I found online, and I put it together. I let one of my homies named Drew put some drums on it, and we went with that, man. Actually, funny story about the last song. So the first 2, QB1, Solace by Low. The third one is Whole Thing, featuring Naldini. Naldini's here.
Shout out Naldini.
Man, he dope.
I actually was there at that studio session where y'all recorded
Facts.
That was a dope session to be inside of as well.
Agreed, man. We made a lot of great music that day.
No, for sure.
Now, Deanie is dope. He upcoming here in Atlanta. I met him at Georgia Southern on a whole nother tip. But he a good dude. And he wasn't even making music then. He just started making music like 2-3 years ago, man. He really started off as singing, if I ain't mistaken. And he kind of came around, started rapping and got really good at it. And that's OK Peter. The last song is called Oh Wow. That's the one I called a concoction. Actually, producers are Cwilltooill and Friends. That's kind of what I named.
Gotcha.
And I made Oh Wow the same day I made Light Water and Highway to Heaven. I wrote those 3 songs simultaneously and recorded them all in one session by myself. And so Oh Wow I had to drop it this year. It literally dropped with Light Water and Highway to Heaven, 2 songs we just talked about. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
it gotta come out this year.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like it was Wetumpka Baby. But I knew I wanted to drop it on something else. It just wasn't the vibe I was going for Wetumpka Baby. I would have to change the whole project by putting Oh Wow on it. Yeah, most definitely. And so, that's Cwilltooill and Friends. That's Oh Wow. And these 4 songs, I just want people to kind of hear. I always want people to hear the growth in my new music, but with this one right here, I want them to be like, okay, I see no matter what type of beat this man use, he's still gonna be Cwilltooill. He got a sound. I'm getting really good at just being able to stay myself.
Yeah.
No matter what beat I'm on, and so that's what I've been working on and finding pockets. Lil Yachty, I don't even listen to his music, but he inspires me because. Matter of fact, let me step back. Cwilltooill. Cwilltooill said something on her $1 million worth of game interview, and she said, "You're not really truly doing this shit if you're not consistently trying to play around with different sounds in this music shit. It's not enough to just go up there and just start rapping and think, oh, I'm just gonna become the best rapper today. Even the best rapper gotta put it in a different way. Gotta hit different flows within his own flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, Yachty, that new Poland, I took the wall.
I like that shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, at first I was like, but what the fuck is this nigga doing? The third time I heard it, I was like, this shit hard.
It be hard.
You see what I'm saying? But that's him in the studio. That ain't nothing but him sitting around in the studio playing. And he didn't sit at home and I took the wall. No, he heard himself and was like, bro, this sound cool. I took the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell. And we also get that vibe from the song. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want people to hear in this new project. That I want them to hear how fun this shit sounds to me, how serious it is to me, the growth in my voice as well. Done with auto-tune. And from there, well, as far as using like a singing voice, I'm trying to use just my raw singing voice more than anything because people keep telling me they love it.
Yeah.
But I didn't love it. So I had to love it.
Wow.
I didn't.
Now, what's that process been like for you? Like falling in love with your voice?
That's been a tough one because that shit changed with every single microphone. That shit changed with every single microphone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, it's the same. It's kind of just trying to find it on every single microphone, really. But that process has been strenuous. That's been a lot of me singing old 2000s, 90s R&B. Just trying to I feel like that's where my voice kind of fits. I don't and I don't mean like I'm not a super big on the runs, but I can hit a few that are like significant.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like it's like a southern style, southern soul, where people, I feel like I win as far as singing because the words that I sing are usually very, very truthful. So you can feel them, and you believe me. I don't get on songs talking
Just
about shooting guns.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you speaking from a real place.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's why my music sounds the way it does, and just falling in love with my voice now has really been my main focus.
Right.
Taking the auto-tune off of it, learning how to stack my voice, using my own raw voice, and playing with melodies. You know, sometimes recently I can record a song one day, then I go back and I record over myself. While that other track is there, I completely redo the song while I'm listening to it. Because the first time I record it, I might record it like REALNIGGA. But then the next time I'm like REALNIGGA over myself because I got confidence that I can do it now.
Yeah.
So I'll just do it again like that. And I usually do it in one take from there or 2 takes. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it usually sound clearer, usually sound like, oh damn, like this he was confident in the shit that he was saying. And that's where this is where I am now. I'm more confident than ever. To be completely honest, I've always doubted myself in music because I used to sit here and think like, man, bro, I gotta look like a superstar, but I don't look like one. Or I gotta look the part, I gotta act the part, I gotta say certain things, I gotta move a certain way in my videos. But the truth is, bro, none of that shit really matters.
At all.
Right? It's more or less like the people fuck with you. And I'm really good at people fucking with me.
Right? You are, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you know, but one of the main reasons I think is because you're confident in yourself. You know, even if because we all human, we all have our own doubts, of course. And if you're an artist, you're gonna critique yourself harder than the average person, I feel. Right. But you never step into a zone of like I don't like you're you don't have to like be a super tough street nigga. Like you ain't never had to do that, and I think that's something that a lot of people can look at you in the eyes and respect about you. It's like
that's real.
See, Will he's him. He who he is.
Right.
He gonna keep it 1,000. Like he ain't finna goddamn try to be these niggas over here. He ain't finna try to be the. He might be able to be cool with these people over here who doing this. He might be able to be cool with them niggas who over there doing that.
Right.
But he's gonna stay in his lane. See, we're gonna stay in his lane.
Right.
He ain't gonna change. They're not gonna veer from that. So a lot of people are afraid to be who they really are. So I think that's one thing I know for myself. I respect about you, but I feel like that's something. I think that's something that a lot of people can respect you for as well.
That's real. You know, I appreciate that, man. I take pride in that because I have moved from Alabama to Georgia to Texas, back to Georgia, and everywhere I've been is different. Like every city is fucking different.
So I was gonna dive into that later, but let's dive into that, man, because I met you in Statesboro, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I know after that you moved back to Alabama for a time.
Man, I went home for 3 days.
And that was it?
And went straight to Texas.
For real?
3 days.
Sheesh.
I left Statesboro on July 28th.
Okay.
I moved to San Antonio on July 31st.
Dang. Okay. So let's talk about San Antonio for a while, man. What was that experience like from the time you moved down there, up until the time of leaving?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest plus out of San Antonio is, finding my wife. But I can back up a little bit further, man. Honestly, when I first got there, the music scene was at one of its lowest peaks, I believe. That's just what I hear, and from what I was seeing, it wasn't a whole bunch of motion going. And I ain't trying to have like no fire starter.
Talk your shit.
But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro.
Talk your
when
shit.
I got to San Antonio, it wasn't that hot. But as much as realness as I was putting out and energy, niggas had to match my energy because everybody was putting me first on stage. That shit stopped. Cause niggas couldn't follow up behind me, cuz ain't no big niggas sweating. You can't go after that, cuz. You can't go after no big niggas sweating. He did. He singing and rapping. You can't do that. And so I didn't change no sound. They kept their sound, but niggas really had to put more passion into the way they was going about this shit. For sure. San Antonio was dope. San Antonio, I got a lot of opportunities that aren't possible in Atlanta. I don't open up for the baby in Atlanta. He gets too many choices. I don't open up for Meg Thee Stallion in Atlanta. I don't open up for Trippie Redd. I don't open up for Cash Page. I don't open up for K Camp. You dig? That don't happen in Atlanta. Yeah. Just because Atlanta's so big. Yeah, so I watched this radio lady say this not too long ago. Would you rather be a fish in a big pond, or a small fish in a big pond, or a big fish in a small pond? And there I feel like I was kind of a big fish in a small pond. The media doesn't get looked at very much. Yeah. In San Antonio, a lot of people in Texas associate San Antonio with like trash rap. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I hate that, but it's true. Yeah. Right? I had a lady from LA when I did an interview with her. Her name is slipping, but her... Tally Spencer, she's LA. She runs Remix D-Mag. And I remember she did this interview on me. I told her I was currently located in San Antonio, but when my interview came out, it said Houston. I said, hey, that's a mistake. I'm from San Antonio. She said, no, you will get 0 clicks if you say you're from San Antonio, because San Antonio does not have a music market. Yeah. I said, wow, okay. Cool. This was in 2021. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's huge. So I said, okay. But over time, man, media has grown there. I've seen podcasts come around. I've seen just videographers really become coming to their own, and a lot. In truth, it's so funny that people associate San Antonio with certain things when it comes to music, because the amount of producers and videographers that come out of there is crazy. They got people that's doing stuff for videos for Lil Baby.
Damn.
The white boys.
They trying to play some of these people really some big dogs in the game. Y'all trying to play them to the left.
NBA young boy last 7 projects, at least half of those songs have come from San Antonio producers. Tay Made It and Vino the Builder.
Damn.
Tay Made It did the whole Backyardigans. Damn near.
For real?
Yeah. Like that's Tay Made It. He 21 years old.
So it really is some. And I mean I'm knowing because I actually got chance to fly out and visit with you down there in San Antonio for a weekend. So I'm familiar with some of the artists that are down there.
Right.
But for those that are listening who may hear from somebody else, they might hear one thing about San Antonio being the quote unquote face for trash music, bad music, however they say it. But there's really a lot of pressure coming from out of that area.
It is, man. I think San Antonio is again one of those places that's in a very unique position. So many people are in and out of there that they don't have a sound.
Yeah.
Houston has a sound.
Yeah.
Memphis has a sound. Dallas has a sound. Austin don't even have a sound. But Austin's the capital city.
Okay.
So everything's there.
Yeah.
Media runs completely through Austin.
Like the
you know
hub,
what I mean?
naturally
So
the hub.
yeah, but one of the biggest artists that's come out of Austin though is Quinn FN.
I ain't familiar.
He's had that talking my shit. So then you can come beef with a nigga, then you can go eat with a nigga. But it's here, young nigga dropped about 3 years ago now right there and blew up. He a pretty big artist now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. That's one of their biggest, in my opinion. And you didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like San Antonio. San Antonio got people that have been signed, some people that have been signed from there, but there's never taken it all the way
To that next level.
to bring people back to the city.
Yeah.
And
Put
I
that
think
spotlight on it.
and I think that's why the city kind of moves the way it does, right? They work with each other, but they're real hesitant to support each other all the way around. And that's just being truthful. It's not like Atlanta. Here a lot of people work with each other, support each other, but that's because everybody really does have the hope that we can make it to the next level. Because there's some type of like blueprint that you can follow in Atlanta, but San Antonio don't have that. And some of the people that kind of have it, truthfully don't share it. So that's another thing. But all in all, my experience was good. I accomplished things in San Antonio that a lot of people have lived there for their entire life and have not been able to touch on. Matter of fact, I opened up a West Side Boogie at the beginning of this year.
You did a lot. Just from what I've seen, I don't even know all the ins and outs of what exactly you've done, who all you might have influenced,
Right.
What impact you might have had on the city. But just from what I've seen, you did a lot.
Right. Man, and I appreciate that. Over the past year, people have been telling me that more now than ever about that one thing. Let me ask you. Mind if I answer this real quick?
Check.
Well,
All right, we good. I don't know why that bit look like that, but
it's working. Hey man, we done got that good drink.
oh yeah, we had to get a little drizzank, man. But yeah, we had to get a drizzank. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I was saying, over the past year, I had a bunch of people walking up to me, actually telling me like, man, when you first got here, man, you inspired me, your work ethic, the way you were trying to do stuff, the way you were throwing different shows, throwing your own shows, always doing a birthday show, always had studios, always running deals, just always kind of on the move, branding myself as music, right? Branding Cwilltooill, making people know my name, right? And staying in front of people. I mean, it's funny. People always, tell me, man, you always on my time. Well, it's not a lot of people, but some people always telling me, man, you always, man, I love how much content you dropping on. Am I thinking, bro, I don't be doing enough.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that song I just made with my boy? I said, They're saying they don't like me because I do too much, but the world got me thinking I ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how I feel, bro. Like, some people tell you that you're doing too much, or they love to see what you're doing, but man, I don't be feeling like I be working hard enough. So that's why I'm consistently shit. The song I made earlier was also talking about this shit. Like, sometimes I feel that it's been a great year. Don't let me say that. I done made more money this year than I ever have in my life. 2-3 times more. But at the same time, I still feel some type of way. I still feel, I use the word anguish. I still feel anguish sometimes when I go to sleep. Because I'm like, bro, I could have been doing more. Or I should be doing more. Or I should be in a different position. But the truth is, man, fuck it. I'm right here. This where I am now.
Yeah.
So let's make the best of it.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
And I ain't in a bad position. It's just
You hungry,
in that
bro.
grind,
Yeah, you
man. It's just
hungry.
that it's time for that.
Yeah.
You did? Like, whatever that is, it's
Yeah.
time for that.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Nah, I feel that wholeheartedly, and I know for sure it got to be somebody else in the world that feel where you coming from, and I just want everybody that's listening, you know, if you're an artist or whatever, you know, I don't want to just stick to artists, whatever it is you're doing, you know, you might feel like you ain't going hard enough. Now, let me first say this: there are some people who ain't going hard enough. So I ain't talking to y'all. If you ain't going, and you know you ain't going hard enough, you know you ain't putting no work in, you know you bullshitting, this ain't for you. But for those people that are putting in the work day in and
Consistent.
day in and day out, night in, night out, like you know you working, you know you doing everything within your power to make change and to get to whatever that is for you, man, pat yourself on the back, sit back, get you a drink, and give yourself your flowers, man. And one thing I want to do with the people that come across this show is give them their flowers, man. And I just want you to know, from an artist to an artist, from an engineer to an artist, engineer to engineer, from all the titles, from me to you, bro, I just want to say, like, you doing your thing, bro.
Thank you.
And I ain't saying this to tell you to slow down, keep going, of course, but, you know, just take time to really appreciate the things that you have accomplished, because you have and you are accomplishing a lot, and I really do want you to know and understand that shit, bro, because you've done a lot.
You know, being here has helped me understand that, because I haven't seen and consistently been able to see and be around people that I've known for a very long time.
Yeah.
Right. What I would consider a very long time, especially when we talk about friendships and keeping a consistent energy with people. People like you and so many other people, even some of my family members or whatever the case may be, just in settings when I've been out here in Atlanta. You know, people walking to me, oh damn, bro, I ain't seen you in a long ass time, bro. Man, like, you know, and they instantly tell me congratulations on not music, being a husband, you know, and then it goes into music. It just it has everything to do with something other than music that they appreciate about something that I put off, and then it
draws
to music
back into it. Yeah,
Right.
I think that connection outside of the music is what helps to, you know, create a stronger bond when it comes to people listening and supporting your music, man, because it's real. It's just realness. You know what I'm saying? People can't help but to relate and respect it, even if it's not necessarily they're doing the same exact thing as you. Like, people just relate to the real.
Right.
You know, 'cause that's what we want out here. That's, you know, you get a lot of artists, a lot of people who, you know, got all the money in the world, got the baddest cars, the baddest bitches, the whole nine, whatever the case, man. But people want that real shit, dog.
Right.
Like, people, they it's like a drug that niggas ain't selling no more.
Right.
And you happen to have it, bro. Like, that realness is what people are what they're needing, man. But you know, I want to touch back on you haven't done so much. You know, we spoke over it briefly here and there, over this dialogue we're sharing with each other. But You know, I know when I came to visit in San Antonio last year, I believe that was April or May, I can't remember.
Yes, sir.
I know you were engaged, I believe, at that point in time.
Yes, sir.
But I know that y'all have officially tied the knot, man. And what does that feel like?
Man, we got married June 12th. 2 days later, sold our house. 3 days after that, moved from the place we had been staying for 3 years together. We're from the city. Marriage has been an experience. A lot of people try to say that things don't change from the time that y'all get together, and then marriage don't really change much. Y'all just live in the same house. That's a lie. That is a lie. I can honestly say that marriage does change things, because immediately I felt like I was and to take these lightly. Just don't take it for what this vocabulary words mean, what this vocabulary word means, but just take it as what I'm in context. I feel responsible for my wife now.
Okay.
Right? Like, I feel like her success is my success, and my success is her success. And anything that I do wrong, I can embarrass us.
Yeah.
I can embarrass her. You dig? And that's a lot to take in for anybody. But if it's the right person, you're willing to take it in and digest it and deal with it from there. You know, it'll never be perfect, but I know for a fact that it's perfect for me.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, when we start this relationship podcast, people gonna see how much we actually like argue. But then we realize that when we're arguing, that a lot of the times we're arguing because we misheard what somebody said.
Yeah.
What one another said. So we just taking things out of context. And then when things get taken out of context, I'm trying to defend what I said.
Yeah.
And you trying to tell me why I said something totally different than I did not say, maybe. Or vice versa. And that's always going to put a strain on a relationship. One of the biggest strains on a relationship is what, though? It's money.
Yeah.
So how do you try to get rid of all these things that we've seen drive divorce for years in our own parents or people that we know? Just the history. How do we take those things and not let them affect us as much as possible? That's where teamwork come in.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like has been the biggest thing that has changed from the time we got married, is that there was not a doubt that I was in there, that I was in this with someone now.
Yeah.
Before that, it's real, but you always feel like I could exit at any time.
So it's like,
But now this is my life partner.
yeah, 100% committed.
100%.
Yeah.
And so that's a different feeling. That's like, take me lightly on this, is the only thing I can compare it to. It's like having a brother or a sister or a mother again, or a father or whatever. It's like somebody that's really there. Right? But it's like, we can get out of this, but it takes a lot more to get out of this than it will for us to just work this out.
The work, yeah, gotcha.
Because it really comes down to communication.
Yeah.
Right? And when it really comes down to it, that's my best friend. So if we can continue to focus on that, everything else gonna make sense. You know, the job changes are gonna happen, the budgeting, you know, how much money we spend, how much money we don't spend, what we build together, what we lose together. All that's gonna take a toll on our relationship. But we can't let it knock us off the pivot.
Yeah.
Gotta always be able to come back to that pivot foot, and say, hey, this is where we started. We ain't traveled yet.
Yeah.
And we still got a chance to pass the ball. You did what I'm saying? But if I lose this pivot, all that go away.
My boy dropping gems, people.
And she my pivot, and I'm her pivot. So we come back to each other and say, I've been mad at you, But here's why.
That takes a mature mindset.
Yeah.
To do that.
It takes a mature mindset and the right person.
Yeah.
Because if you just don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it for somebody. Mm-hmm. If you're like, bro, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you an explanation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's also about what people bring to the table. Mm-hmm. When people don't bring anything to the table, you don't have respect for them as much as you think you do. You may have lust for this individual, but you don't have respect for this individual.
Bro, really talking to y'all right now.
You
I want y'all to know that,
like,
man.
It's what people bring to the table.
Yeah.
That's why women lose respect for niggas. If you a bagging ass nigga, that bitch gonna lose respect for you. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't even know that she know you begging. If she see it. Mm-hmm. You a bagging ass nigga, and she gonna see that. Mm-hmm. Now, if you a stand-up individual, they gonna see that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And that's just really what it breaks down to, man. I know me and my wife's projection. I know her intentions for me and our life. So I'm okay now in this day and age where I am now.
Yeah.
With days where, like I was talking shit about earlier, where she's sitting down and relaxing. Mm-hmm. And she knows the days when I'm sitting down and relaxing. It's probably because I done put in a bunch of work before.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say before we got married, we were looking at each other like,
fuck you doing?
Nigga.
fuck you doing?
You lazy than a motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
But there ain't always time for that. You did what I'm saying? Now, we do keep it real with each other, but there ain't always time for that. And I finally understand that now. Can't say I understood that before. But now that I know that she in it with me for real, and I chose to be in it with her for real.
It's the right one.
All the shit that ain't worth arguing about, bro, dead ass ain't worth arguing about. Let's move on. Like, how can we both make this work for us today? Let's make it work. Because if not, let's just go ahead and choose not to make it work and let's step away. But if we're going to do it, we're here right now, let's do it. Especially now we got a baby on the way.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that as well, man.
People, I can't say that I grew up without my father, but there were things that happened in my life that I ignored my father, right? Because of things that when you're young, a lot of stuff you get filled up in your head, and I can honestly say, man. Matter of fact, I thought about this 3 days ago.
Talk to me.
I thought about this 3 days ago because I said I wanted to say this on here because I ain't never really talked about it before. Man, sometimes relationships, like my relationship with my father, can be in relationship with my father, my mother, my brother, can kind of, anybody's family, can kind of hold you back from saying or doing certain things because you don't want to feel like you disrespected them in any way. Mm-hmm. I've always kind of held back in podcasts or sometimes in my music on the things that I may say that I really feel because I have had my dad reach out to me and be like, oh, I don't like what you talking about me on that, or cousins or aunties. And that's when I started to realize that people actually listen to my music because people listen to it hoping or expecting to hear or not to hear themselves in my music. It's different, right? So in those situations, I've had to get more comfortable with just saying it because if I don't say it, I'm lying.
And
the reason why, you know what I'm saying? That can eat me up, like you said, and it has before. And the reason why I just have to say it now is because it's still my truth.
Yeah.
Just because my dad didn't see something the way he did or said something to me or somebody around me or acted in a certain situation, he don't see it the way I see it.
But it's still your truth.
It's still my truth.
It's still your truth.
Or my mom, or my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's still my truth. You know? it's just certain shit that that eats you up on the inside, right? That you have to say out loud. Like I finally had to tell my brother, like I felt some type of way with you not coming to my college graduation or my high school graduation. And that's why I ain't sent you no birthday gift. Ever. I had to tell him that.
Yeah.
I couldn't harbor that no more.
Yeah.
You did? I had to tell him that.
Now, I gotta ask you now, because that's some real shit that you just brought up there. One, how does that make you feel being able to tell your truth, especially the people that you care about, people that you know you don't you even if you wanted to, you kind of can't just cut them out your life forever.
Right.
You know, you kind of have a tie to your family. How does that make you feel just being able to be at a place now of, you know, being brave enough, courageous enough to say what's true, what's on your heart, what's really real for you?
Right. It's kind of cliche, but say free.
No, that's
feel
real.
free. But on top of that, I also feel I don't want to say motivated, but I feel it's easier to communicate now. Right? I feel like it's just easier to communicate with my parents now, that even though me saying certain things, like I got a song called God, where I say my pops live nomadic, but every Sunday worship you. Like I said that because of certain things that happened in my dad's life, because of recessions, right? Real life happens. I see that in one light, but that was one of his worst times in his life. So he don't want to talk about that. He don't even talk about that.
Yeah.
But I also lived through it. So I gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Or those certain things, like I said on another song where in 2012, like my granny caught cancer and she lost my granny fought cancer, but she lost in phase 2 since 2012. I seen my mama change too. That's real, because I seen my mama change after her mama passed away. I can only imagine. Like the only people she ever talked to on the phone was her mama and both her sisters. All 3 of them are gone now. So who does my mom confide in?
Yeah.
So it's my duty as a 26-year-old young man with a mother that is still living on this earth to change my dialogue with my mom from asking, needy to how are you doing? Call me when you switching jobs tonight. Like I know you ain't got nobody to talk to. I don't say that, but call me. I'm up. I might not be, but I'm answer. I'm up.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying? Because who does she confide in now? I don't know. So maybe it can be me, right?
Yeah.
So our dialogue and the way we communicate has to change over time. That's where the growth in the relationship has to happen. And I feel like a lot of people it don't ever get to another level, because you can always feel like you can't talk to your parent. But that's probably because you've never really told them how you feel. That's the only time you can't talk to them, is when you can't really tell them how you feel. So I had to change that. I had to tell you how I really feel, so when I react away, you know exactly why.
I think that helps to create that change that's necessary. You know, especially in those relationships. Like I say, like there's some people that are in our lives that they're not gonna not be a part of our lives, no matter how bad you might want. Like some people are just in our lives, and again, you know, that this sounds like a conversation with a very mature man, you know, not a boy, not a kid, not a young man, grown like a man. You know what I'm saying? It's that man talk right now. You feel me? And before we close out, man, I wanna touch bases on some more real shit. You know, talking to a man.
Right.
You know, over the summer, I believe it was. I witnessed a public display of disagreement between you and, you know, we ain't got to say no names,
Right.
but you and another party, somebody who, you know, when I met him was introduced to him as a business partner of yours, somebody I know that was a trusted teammate, however you want to word it, somebody that was a running mate with you on your musical career in this music industry. You know, it was a bit disappointing for me to see how things transpired.
Right.
We don't even have to get too deep into it or anything, but what I want to focus on is, excuse me, you know, after the fact of all of that happening, you know, how does that impact, or how does that change how you navigate who you trust in the industry, who you decide to work with, how did that change how you maneuver now, just with people in general? You know what I'm saying?
It completely changes and changed everything.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because I finally was able to realize you don't really realize how far or deep you let people in or how much you let them know about your life.
Yeah.
Until you're no longer friends with them.
Shit hit the fan. That was the color show.
And it can be lies, right? Because just because this person was attached to you, they can say whatever, and people may think it's true, right? But I feel like that's where, if you a man and you got a family, that's why I say me having a woman, having my wife over these past 3 to 4 years, saved me from anything being worse out of that relationship that blew up with that individual. Why? Because once I found my wife, there was really no reason for that individual anymore. And I say that, it sounds weird, but I can talk business with my wife too.
Yeah, okay. She can hold
See what
some
I'm
weight
saying?
down. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so letting people, I say this all the time because I don't know where I heard it, but shout out to whoever I heard it from. You can't allow people to continue to have a role in your book when they should have been written out of the last chapter. When you let people stay alone, stay in your story, chapter after chapter after chapter,
and they been supposed to been out this one.
they was been supposed to be written out of this book. You got to let the people stay there.
Yeah.
Right? You got to let people stay there. You cannot continue to bring people. You cannot continue to be the person who's running everything, or whatever the case may be. Okay. Let me step back. So you probably cut a little bit at, but I'm just gonna say it like this: take the time to analyze who you have around you and figure out what they're really bringing to the table, and if you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you can, there's no reason to have someone else there. And I can honestly say that, and this is honestly no disrespect to the individual, this is all off of how I really feel. The relationship was bound to end anyway.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see value in the individual anymore. That's why our business structure and business relationship changed. It went from one person having a brand to two people having a brand to one person messing up their brand and just joining the other brand.
Just on some, I ain't got shit else going, so I might as well.
But I still got this individual.
Yeah.
Who is a gold mine, right? I know what I am. But this individual also knows what I am, not know what I was, what I am. And didn't have the awareness to say, how can I continue to bring value to this business relationship, but also at the same time not mess up this individual's process?
Yeah.
And so money, once the first time real money got involved, things went left. So I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Because I know people right now who went through 6 months of a business related battle trying to get signed because they manager wanted more money from the label. Just they manager. The artist was okay with the deal, but the manager wanted something different.
Some shit, man.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so before nowadays, I'm just gonna say it just like this, and I'm gonna keep this. All the artists out there, I love y'all. All the managers out there, I love y'all. But artists, independent artists, your ass don't need a manager for real. It's gonna keep it a buck with you. All that. Find you somebody who, if you do have a manager, find you somebody that is willing to, one, build with you, but also can work a room. It's not enough for this individual. Just because they got X amount of followers don't mean they should be your manager. Just because they like your music don't mean they should be your manager. This person has to bring real value to your career. It doesn't have to be a friend, or it can be a friend, but whoever it is has to bring real value to your career. If you don't find that person, also, you should never reach out to somebody to ask them to be your manager. This should be a genuine relationship that is built with somebody that you can trust. Because at the end of the day, niggas change when it's time to sign a name on a dotted line and real money involved, and they got their own shit going on. Yeah, different. Okay? Because everybody got their own baggage. Mm-hmm. So, if you don't feel comfortable with that, do that shit yourself. Learn the music business yourself. So many resources out here to know exactly how to move. I seen you, Sabo, with your publishing. You know how many niggas don't even know how to just go in there and create an account?
They don't know, bro. Shit crazy. Look, hey, this nigga ain't telling y'all no lies. Stop being lazy, bro.
You feel me?
YouTube University, bro.
Straight up.
From what you just said, bro.
And what's your production company called?
Lump Made Publishing, man.
You did.
But hey, check this out, man. From what Cwilltooill just dropped on y'all, bro. He just dropped some heavy shit, bro. Don't be rushing into some shit. Don't just be taking don't just take anything from anybody because some shit sound good.
And take your feelings completely out of shit when it come to business.
This is business.
That can be your look, Sabo. I'm gonna say this.
Talk to me.
If you got a partner that you doing business with, and you know if y'all stop doing business together, that's no longer your partner. You shouldn't do business.
Oh my God. This nigga he dropping this shit on y'all for real, bro. He dropping it on y'all for real right
Simplest
now, man. Pick it up. He drumming it down.
For real.
No, that's real, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta speak on that, bro, because it's a few people who I love them. You know, I ain't got no problem. I told them a couple times, I ain't never got to make a song with you, no nothing. And I noticed, relationship kind of changed, and it's like, I still care about them, but you have to be observant, and you have to, treat things accordingly. But just hearing you say that, man, I know I ain't tripping when it comes to certain people.
You don't have to force anything.
No,
anything that's forced ain't worth.
It ain't real.
Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it because shit is so genuine. And if you know you putting off genuine ass energy, the shit don't matter, bro. Somebody else's opinion on how they feel about you don't matter. And what I mean by that, the true testament, bro, you was there. You saw a real superstar pull up for me and drop 2 songs.
No, for sure.
For free.
No, for sure.
That shit don't happen.
No, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let y'all know I gotta tell them folks, man. I got to engineer some dope shit. y'all, hey man, y'all just be on the lookout
and give your engineers credit, motherfuckers.
This nigga Cwilltooill got a lot of music on the way. And we about to close out, but before we do that, man, first off, I just want to thank you again for believing in my vision with this and taking out some time to be a part of this.
Most definitely.
Also, I want to give you a little spotlight time to tell people where to find you, how to contact you, where to find your YouTube, Instagram, what email to send beats to, if they looking for a feature, how to, who to contact, how to contact, what to do, man.
Hey, man, I do all my business myself, man. I'm representing me, you dig? I run KMF, the label, Keep Moving Forward, the label, Keep Moving Forward, LLC, Keep Moving Forward, Inc. You did what I'm saying? With that being said, you can follow me everywhere at Cwilltooill. That's Cwilltooill. Tooill. Ain't no spaces. It's only one capital letter. Don't capitalize the W. Don't capitalize no L's. Don't capitalize no T's and shit. It's one capital letter, man. My name's Cwilltooill. You dig? You can follow me on all social media at that. You can, if you want to send me beats, Cwilltooill.booking@gmail.com. I pretty much listen to everything that hit my email. I don't always write back, but when it's time, I will hit you. I promise. I don't never leave nobody without their credits if I can find your ass. Okay? Other than that, man, I'm going to keep this shit a buck, man. This Is Where I Am Now drops this Friday, October 21st. If you're hearing this right now and it's already passed, go get that shit. Go stream that shit. This is where I am now. This ain't where I was. This ain't where I was about to be. Nigga, this is where I am right now.
Yeah,
so take that shit as it is and know I ain't telling no lies. There's some gangster shit. There's some real shit. This ain't no gangster shit, but this some gangster shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no gangster shit. This some gangster shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, I'm still a gangster at the heart because I don't take no shit. You did? So, end of the day, man, this is where I am now. Light Water music video dropping. Sabo World in the motherfucking building. Cwilltooill done bless the motherfucking podcast. Love, and I appreciate you, bro.
Nah, for sure, man. Likewise, man, to all the listeners. If y'all made it to this point, I just want to say I love you. We really took some time to put this together, man, and this has to be one of the dopest episodes that I've recorded thus far. I know for sure that any and everybody who takes time to press play on this one, download on this one, streams this one is gonna appreciate it. Like Water official music video is out right now. If you're listening to this, then it's out. This Is Where I Am Now is out right now, so y'all be sure to go get that. I'll make sure that I got any description information. I have all Cwilltooill's links for his videos, projects, email, so you can contact them and everything. But once again, I just want to thank everybody who tapped in today, who tuned in to listen. Y'all keep streaming, y'all keep liking, y'all keep sending information on different topics, different artists, different people y'all want to hear speak on this platform. And yeah, man, it's Sabo World, and I'm signing out. Yeah.
Okay, Sabo. Is this what we're really doing?